next guest has plenty to say about immigration and the FBI hearing today. Senator Lindsey Graham telling the DOJ IG today he is not buying it that the Clinton investigation was, quote, on the up and up. The Republican from South Carolina who sits on the Senate Judiciary Committee joins us now. Good to have you with us, Senator.
I'm not buying it.
A lot to talk about. We'll get back to that, but let's talk immigration first, because now they're trying to get something done on the Hill. Paul Ryan, the House Speaker, said today on local radio there in Wisconsin that he believes he's gotten the indication from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell that there is hope one of these House bills could actually pass in the Senate. What's your take?
I don't know. I have to see what they pass. But as to the children issue, I think there's some growing consensus that we don't want to break families up, but we do want to make sure that if people are caught coming here illegally, they show up for their court date. That's the dilemma. So if a family is caught at the border, a mother and father and the children, what I want to do is make sure they stay together, but the parents show up for the hearing and they get deported together if they broke the law.
I mean, that's a tough one. Here's something that DHS Secretary Nielsen today laid out these numbers. She said over the last year, there's been a 325% increase in unaccompanied alien children. In fact, she said 10 of the 12,000 now in custody came here. They were sent here alone without their parents. Okay, in the last year, 435% increase in illegal family units coming. Over the last decade, a 1,700% increase in asylum claims. And she said since 2013, more than 500,000 illegal minors and families that were admitted here from Central America have disappeared somewhere in the country.
That's the problem.
So how do you get them to show back up?
So what I would do with the unaccompanied minors, most of them, they're not from Mexico. I would work with Mexico to get a facility to keep them in Mexico. I'd help pay for it. Don't let them come here, send them back to their home country, but stop in Mexico. That's where they come through. That's how Mexico could help us with our illegal immigration problem.
Well, their allegation was, when we heard about this caravan that was coming through, the allegation was that Mexico was helping give them safe passage to the U.S. border.
Yeah, I would tell Mexico, if you want a better trading relationship with us, a better partnership, be a better partner stopping these people who put their families at risk to come to America, and we're the bad guy. So what I want to do is have people apply for asylum in their home country. Just don't show up on our doorstep. Go to the consulate or embassy in your home country and apply for asylum that way.
One of the Democrats in the Senate, one of your colleagues on the other side of the aisle, Senator Blumenthal, had this to say about this whole situation today.
This policy of family separation reminds us of the cattle cars of Nazi Germany, when children were separated from their parents and marched to supposed showers.
Ever okay to use that imagery?
All I can say is to those at the Department of Homeland Security, I don't think you're a bunch of Nazis. To the Border Patrol, you're doing your job the best you can. We've got a screwed up immigration system. Let's don't demagogue, let's fix it. There's a solution here. Senator Cruz has a pretty good idea. You hold the family together, you expedite the hearing so the parent has to show up, then whatever the judge rules, you execute immediately, and that will prevent a lot of our problems. So I think Senator Cruz has a good solution. We'll see where it goes.
You seem to be having fun today on the Hill, questioning the Justice Department Inspector General and also the new FBI Director. Democrats today repeatedly hammered on the fact that although there was a finding of bias with a number of the FBI agents who were intimately involved with this investigation, that the finding ultimately was that that never impacted the decisions they made with regard to the investigations.
Well, number one, that's ridiculous. Who made the decision not to prosecute? The FBI. Mike Crapo asked a very brilliant question. If you believe the FBI's judgment was clouded, which they found, but the decision not to prosecute, you can't prove that was a result of bias, the Department of Justice didn't make that decision. Comey did. So what did we learn today? We learned today that the head investigator of the Clinton email investigation hated Trump's guts, told his friend, Miss Page, who was an attorney for the Department of Justice, on August the 8th, don't worry, he'll never be president, we'll stop that. They changed the memo that Comey read to the country on July the 5th. They took the word grossly negligent out and put extremely careless. I always wondered why. Grossly negligent is a legal term that would make you subject to 10 years in prison for grossly negligently handling classified information. So on August the 8th, this new email tells us all we need to know, that Strzok was intending to stop Trump. How can you stop Trump if you hold her criminally responsible? The reason they changed that word is they would have to indict Clinton if they did not change the term. So we learned a lot today, and we also learned that the number 2 at the FBI, according to Strzok and Page, set in on a meeting in August to try to find a way to cook or change the outcome of the election. That's J. Edgar Hoover stuff. Imagine the number 2 guy at the FBI has a meeting with a lead investigator, and the bottom line is the whole idea of the meeting was to find an insurance policy to protect the country against Trump winning. That is what J. Edgar Hoover did.
Well, did you feel like you got answers today?
No, here's what I found. I found that somebody's lying. McCabe says he doesn't recall that meeting. Stroke and Page said he was in that meeting. So I'm not going to give up on this. If the number 2 guy in the FBI had a meeting with Page and Stroke in his office to find out how to create an insurance policy against Trump being elected, that is abuse at the highest level of the government. That is Watergate stuff. That's what the FBI used to do years ago, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
So for you, this is the beginning, not the end.
This is the beginning of something that I never dreamed could exist in this country. I've kind of had an open mind about this. You know, I trust the FBI. I love the FBI. What I learned today is that what the FBI and the Department of Justice did in the Clinton email investigation is dangerous to democracy. She got away with it, and they were out to get Trump, and it could be somebody new next time, so we need to fix this.
Yeah, across all parties and political ideologies, people should want these to be unfettered and very unbiased investigations. All right, Senator, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.